The question everyone's asking is, why did the United States hit Iran now? Follow the money. For decades, U.S. power has run on two engines: oil flows and the dollar that prices it. The petrodollar isn't just a buzzword, it's a system that lets the U.S. project influence far beyond its borders. If oil moves smoothly and it's priced in dollars, the U.S. enjoys leverage over banks, shipping, insurance, and ultimately, governments. Iran has been the stubborn exception. It resists this architecture, selling oil outside U.S. frameworks, building ties with sanctioned partners, and developing tools that don't require American permission. That puts a target on its back. On February 28th, the U.S. and Israel launched joint strikes inside Iran under Operation Epic Fury. Reports say the opening salvo killed Iran's supreme leader and triggered a massive missile and drone counterattack from Iran across the region. Then it got even darker. Iranian officials say an Israeli strike hit a girls' school in Manab, killing well over 100 children. Whatever your politics, that's horrific. Civilians are not battlefields. Now here's where power and price collide. Iran didn't need a classic naval blockade to shock the world economy. It used cheaper, asymmetric tools. Drone swarms targeted threats around the Strait of Hormuz, that narrow S-curve that handles about a fifth of globally traded oil. Insurers blinked, shippers paused, tanker captains idled. Traffic through the strait plunged, roughly 70 to 80% by early counts. And in some lanes, it dropped to near zero as hundreds of ships waited outside the choke point. That's leverage. That's Iran saying, you can bomb us, but you can't ignore us. Markets hate uncertainty. Oil spiked hard, up nearly 30% for the week at one point. And the White House doubled down, saying only Iran's unconditional surrender would end the war. That is not the language of de-escalation. Meanwhile, countries that live and die by imports are scrambling. India is a prime example. Big economy, huge energy needs delicate balancing act. Washington had punished New Delhi for buying Russian crude. Then, as Hormuz choked, it handed India a 30-day waiver to keep Russian barrels moving. That's policy whiplash, but it tells you everything. When oil flows break, rules bend. So why did the U.S. attack? On the surface, to degrade Iran's power. Underneath, to defend a system, oil routes, dollar primacy, financial choke points, that underwrites American influence. Iran has been building a veto against that system, and now it's testing it in real time by making the world feel the cost of war at the pump. I'm not here to cheerlead war. I am here to be honest. Iran's strategy is brutally effective because it's cheap, deniable, and it hits the global economy where it's most fragile. And in the middle of this, civilians, including children, are paying the highest price. Where does this go? If tankers stay sidelined and prices keep spiking, pressure will build. Not just on Tehran, but on Washington insurers and every government watching their fuel reserves drain. Follow the money, and you'll see the next moves before they happen. That's the map. Now the question is, who can step back before the world gets dragged further in? Like and subscribe for more updates.